The year 1983 holds critical information in the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, particularly in the tragic history of the Afton family. It is the year in which the Bite of 83 occurs, a traumatic event at Fredbear's family diner. This year holds multiple events that I believe shaped the actions of the Afton family. This video is my understanding of the origins of the Afton's plan. Fallfest 83 is a mysterious and significant event within the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, often referenced through cryptic posters and lore teasers scattered throughout the games. Though details remain deliberately vague, Fallfest 83 is believed to be connected to the dark history of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, potentially making a pivotal moment in the timeline, such as the prelude to the tragic events of the Bite of 83. Fire is widely speculated to have been the leading cause of destruction surrounding Fallfest 83. Though never explicitly confirmed, environmental clues from Curse of Fredbear, such as the charred structures and scorched decorations, suggest that a fire may have consumed the festival grounds. In the survival logbook, a subtle reference to the merry-go-round mentioned in questions could become more ominous when considered alongside the decaying carousel image in Curse of Fredbear and in Help Wanted 2. The graveside featured in Curse of Fredbear stands as a haunting image. The tombstones give an atmosphere of the forgotten victims. The presence of Fredbear himself rising from the earth as a Frankenstein-like horror reinforces the theme of resurrection and unnatural creation, tying directly to the legacy of Afton's experiments with life and death. In FNAF 4, clues suggest that Elizabeth, the youngest member of the Afton family, may already be present in the timeline, though noticeably absent from the household and the events surrounding her two brothers. While Crying Child is the central focus of the game, the Funtime Foxy toy seen in her bedroom hints at Elizabeth's early connection to the animatronics, particularly the Funtimes, which would later play a role in her fate. Given that Funtime Foxy wasn't yet introduced to the public-facing Fazbear location during this era, it implies William may have been developing these models privately, possibly with Elizabeth nearby. Mike Afton, the older brother of Crying Child, plays a cruel role in the events leading to the Bite of 83, acting as both a bully and an instigator alongside a group of masked friends. Throughout flashbacks, Mike repeatedly tormented his younger brother, scaring him with the animatronic masks. This bullying escalates to the Crying Child's birthday when Mike and his friends' intended prank was to lift CC into the mouth of Fredbear. The result is Fredbear's jaw snaps shut, injuring the child in what is known as the Bite of 83. The masked bullies appear to return across the FNAF timeline. The Bonnie Bro is speculated to be either the father or grandfather of Cassie from Ruin DLC, while Freddy Bro is theorised to be the father of Oswald from Into the Pit. Foxy Bro is the young Michael Afton. The Chica Bro remains a mystery, unseen and unexplored, leaving room for future revelations in the ever-expanding lore. Playing through the daytime minigames in FNAF 4 before delving into the nights offers a clearer understanding of the game's timeline. The mirrored structure, with the birthday acting as the midpoint, changes the outcome to what many have considered to be true. A key clue during the night one was the presence of medical equipment such as an IV stand and the heart monitor, subtly revealing that the player is recovering from the Bite of 83. This framing transforms the game from linear progression into the nightmare sequence not being literally hauntings, but events following the bite. The Crying Child was deeply traumatized even before the Bite of 83, as shown through the minigames. Tormented by his older brother, he developed an intense fear of the animatronics and the pizzeria itself. The moments when the Fredbear plush speaks to the Crying Child from a distance suggest it serves as a conduit for a possible protective spirit communicating. Though the plush itself is inanimate, its ability to talk implies it's haunted or possessed, guiding and warning the child amid mounting fears. The tone of its messages often feels caring and cautious, hinting that the spirit behind the plush could be a protective parental figure, perhaps a manifestation of the family's members' lingering love or guilt. One theory I have suggests that the man referred to as trying to stop the Bite of 83 in the week before book is none other than Henry Emily, co-founder of the restaurant. His desperate efforts to intervene during the bite adds a layer of his responsibility for the event. Even though his intentions were good, he didn't stop the event from unfolding. The daytime minigames seemingly take place in the Afton's family home, while the nightmares unfold in a different, more somber bedroom, possibly Henry Emily's house. Henry's deep remorse for failing to stop Mike and his friends during the Bite of 83 might be the reason for the move, as the diner and the house at night are likely not in the same location. From Secret of the Mimic, we can now see that Edwin's house was renovated and became the Night House. William was set to purchase the property along with the factory. Henry could very well have been living there while William was living in New Harmony beside Fredbear's family diner. The FNAF 4 bedroom at night has 2 windows seen along the right side corridor, features that resemble the layout of the house from Midnight Motorists. This similarity suggests a connection between the 2 locations, hinting that they are both the same house. The source code of Midnight Motorists refers to later that night, a clue to connect the events to another known event. I would suggest it refers to Night 5 in FNAF 4, marking the arrival of Nightmare Fredbear, the animatronic haunting the crying child. This night symbolises the child's deepest fears and trauma, and the Nightmare Fredbear represents the physical threat and manifestation of impending doom. Intriguingly, the plush toys, which earlier seemed innocent, now appear to be embodying the crying child's tormentors. I see Nightmare Fredbear as the representation of Henry Emily, his nightmare form embodying his anger, guilt and failure, as Henry is often seen as the figure trying but ultimately unable to prevent the tragedies befalling the Afton family. I suggest that Mustard Man is Henry Emily. Unlike William, Henry is portrayed as a more responsible caretaker or guardian figure to the Afton boys, particularly in William's absence. His mustard colour may be a link to his costume, Fredbear. Henry's routine of visiting local bars juniors each night appears to be culminating in the moment of crisis when he returns home to find one of the bedrooms locked, presumably by the crying child. This event likely followed the turmoil of the Bite of 83, marking a breaking point. The locked door isn't just a physical barrier, it symbolises the distance growing between him and the child he tried but failed to protect. We learn that the bedroom door is always open by default, only closing when someone is actively holding it shut. In Midnight Motorists, if the door to the bedroom is mysteriously locked, then it implies someone inside is deliberately keeping it that way, likely the crying child. Henry's anger upon returning home and finding the crying child's bedroom locked reflects a moment of tension and helplessness. When Henry knocks on the door, the crying child may misinterpret the sounds as the arrival of Nightmare Fredbear. In Midnight Motorist, the line "open the door" is spoken by Henry outside the child's room. Meanwhile, the FNAF 4 trailer urges the player to close the door. The 2 phrases, while simple, represent the divide between the guardian trying to reach in and the terrified child trying to keep the monsters out. FNAF World can be interpreted as a journey through the mind of the crying child, depicting his attempts to confront and defeat the fears and traumas that still haunt him. The whimsical, colourful setting, paired with distorted versions of familiar animatronics, suggests the world exists within the child's dream or subconscious, where the real-life horrors are transformed into cartoonish enemies that can be fought. Those foes are not literal, but rather representations of people and events that caused him pain, reimagined through the child's perspective. Among the characters, Fredbear Plush stands out as glitched and different, breaking the fourth wall and offering cryptic guidance. Unlike the others, Fredbear Plush seems self-aware, possibly representing the lingering spirit or protective presence that tried to help the crying child in life, now guiding him through the final attempt to find peace throughout the chaos. Fredbear Plush appears to embody the protective force working behind the scenes to help the crying child recover from his trauma. After the devastating events of the Bite of 83, it's implied that Fredbear, or the spirit speaking through him, intentionally removes the crying child's memories, erasing his experiences with the monsters, the restaurant, and most painfully, his family. This mental reset offers mercy, allowing the child to heal without the weight of the horrors that defined his, so far, short life. The reoccurring phrase, "we'll put you back together," takes on a new meaning, not just physically or spiritually, but psychologically. One day, Fredbear may help him to reconstruct those memories when he's ready, but for now, the focus is on peace, closure, and giving the crying child a second chance free from the pain that once consumed him. The Fredbear plush toy serves as more than just a parental presence. It's a vessel, quietly safeguarding the fragmented memories of the crying child. Hidden within it are two metaphorical locks, one belonging to the crying child, sealing away the trauma of his past, the other belonging to a mysterious spirit communicating through the plush. This spirit, often interpreted as a protective force, possibly even a lost sibling or remorseful soul, guides the crying child, while also carrying on its own guilt and memory. The dual lock symbolism suggests that both the child and the spirit have chosen or had been forced to forget. One to heal, the other to wait. The Fredbear plush becomes a silent guardian to those lost memories, waiting for the day when both locks can be undone, when forgiveness can finally come and be put back together. During a raining evening at Fredbear's family diner, as families gather and children laugh over dinner, Henry is inside, focused on serving the guests and ensuring the party runs smoothly. Outside, William Afton waits in the purple car, watching. Inside the diner, Spring Bonnie, an animatronic costume previously used by William, has been deliberately positioned to block access to the puppet's gift box, preventing it from protecting anyone. As the rain pours, Spring Bonnie takes Charlotte, Henry's daughter, out of the building, delivering her into the alley behind the restaurant. Moments later, William approaches, and in that brief, unguarded moment, he strikes. It's a carefully orchestrated act of cruelty committed while Henry is distracted and the puppet is restrained, setting in motion the tragic chain of events that will haunt both families and the entire Fazbear legacy forever.